Men, we are back. So, we've seen most of the content in Future Redeemed, and I did say that I was going to be starting off by knocking out one of the super bosses, but it's been an odd week. I'm not prepared for that this week. And besides, things are going to be a little awkward if I start on that today because, well, we'll talk about it towards the end of the stream. But short version, I want to burn down the Xenoblade 2 stuff after this stream's done. So, that's going to be picking up rapidly. So, for now, since I don't want to overcommit to anything in particular, what we're going to focus on tonight are challenge battles. So give me a second to pull something up while I'm thinking about it. I don't think I'll need this. Oh, hang on. Right, I forgot to pause handbrake. Sorry about that. Hopefully, it stabilizes then.
Hey, did you guys hear something?
No. Okay. We good? That's what I get for compressing footage. I was actually compressing yesterday's stream, so that's even funnier. Okay, let's see, is it stabilized? No, it is not. It looks like it's still slideshow. Is my audio good at least? I guess we'll find out. I guess I can look at chat in the meantime. Yep, okay. It looks like it's stabilized. I am a professional at a very different job. So, yeah, it looks like it's stabilized. So, short version, let's get some challenge battles done. Is there anything that I need to see to in chat while I'm looking at the options? Did you see the prices for Sonic Cross Worlds? You posted in the Discord. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. Let's put it that way. What else is chat up to? There's your troopers being silly. Hello? I know let's see, posted the unused content in Discord as well. Alright, cool. I'll take a look at that another day. Wonder, will Jade take a look at all the costumes? Let's get them all unlocked first, assuming I haven't already. Though, to be fair, if we want to see how everything looks on every one, it'll take us a while by virtue of the fact that, I mean, if I just look at the classes for everyone, it's gonna take a while. Especially since I still need to have Noah and Mio work on Nia and Melia's classes, so that'll take a long time in and of itself, right? So, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And yes, this is running on my Switch too, so we'll see how well it behaves. Thus far, I haven't noticed any substantial difference, as you would expect. Though, I guess this will be the real test. So, that in mind, we got a bunch of new stuff unlocked as a result of beating the game a long time ago, so now we get to find out whether I can actually manage it properly. That'll be the real test. So, let's go ahead and start it up.
That one too easy for likes of friends.
Oh hey Lou, how you doing? The audio sounds good to me? Good. I forgot, we should have read the description. What are we getting into? I guess we'll find out. Hiya. Oh yeah, I gave myself Tri-Slash with this arrangement as well. I forgot about that. Okay, so this is the docks, I believe, next to Agnes Castle? Yes. Can't wait for a hard Pro Arc-Sage Gauntlet. All in due time. Although, I have been spending a decent amount of time with the hard intermediate, so I've unlocked a decent amount at this point. Ooh, nice. Burst. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I should also say my objective is not to S-rank everything today. My objective is to at least get a sense for everything therein. I can focus on stuff like S-ranking later. At least that's my feeling. There we go. How's the other one looking? Yeah, getting there. Actually, so I can inflict break on something. Go. There we go. Is there a delay on my side? I thought I started this properly. Hang on. Oh, right into the next one, huh? Okay, real quick. Okay, no, there's no delay. It just seems weird on my side. Hang on. I could have sworn that I could get the attack cancels up faster than that. Okay, that one I know I messed up. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Boom. I think... Alright, so I believe Senna's on Guardian. And then Lance is on Monica's class, if memory serves. Thoughts on Mario Kart World so far? I was planning on saving that discussion for after we had gotten through this, but I guess I can talk about it now since this doesn't look like it'll be too dangerous. So, I've spent about a couple of hours with it after we finished our stream. And thoughts on it thus far? There are certainly marked improvements. There's a lot of little... Well, it's a lot of little things that have been improved, such as, for instance, if you hit the corner of an obstacle with the corner of your car, sometimes you'll just ricochet off of it a little instead of just stop outright, which is a neat touch that I really like. And then there's stuff like the fact that, hey, if you do a trick in a particular, while tilting or holding the left analog in a particular direction, you end up being able to say, hang on, I can move a little bit in a particular direction as part of the jump, which is really cool. So there's stuff like that that I really like. But there are a couple of things that in the moment felt off now that I have the benefit of hindsight and now that I've spent more time playing it in both docked and handheld mode. So, side note on that, the Switch 2 screen is gorgeous. Oh no, you're ugly. The Switch 2 screen is gorgeous. I'm honestly kind of jealous of it. I think the next major purchase I get as far as computer parts will be a giant 4K TV that I can mount on the wall above my current monitor. I think that'd be really cool. So, that is a really damn good screen in handheld mode. It looks great. You wouldn't even know it was just LCD. Oh, did I get dropped? Huh. Fair enough. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. Alex needed something. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so there are a couple of drawbacks that I've noticed just off the bat now that I've had more time with it to notice it. Oh nice, that's great. One of them is that the motion controls are a lot more sensitive than I'm used to a degree where I'm sat there going, hang on a minute. The slightest bit difference can throw me more out of whack than I'm used to from 8. I'm having to be very careful about this. And so that was one thing. I guess I can finish my spiel and then we can get to the next challenge battle. So, actually may as well jump out here to put a better distinction. So, let me think. So, where was I? So, the motion controls are more sensitive to where, and I noticed this especially because in handheld mode I only did a 50cc Grand Prix to at least get a 3-star first place on one that I was struggling with. And 150cc anyway. So, it seems that I may have to abandon motion controls, which is unfortunate because I got used to them in Mario Kart Wii and haven't had a reason to change off. Because I do like being able to be more precise, but if it's that sensitive, I might need to either just get used to it or just accept, okay, no. Actually, I wonder how different it is because there may be some difference in the gyro for the Switch 2 Pro controller instead of my current Switch 1 Pro controller. I'll need to ask a friend to borrow his at some point just to see the difference. So that's one thing. Another is that because of the fact that in Grand Prix you are driving to the next stage with that taking up 1 or 2 laps, you're spending less time on the actual maps themselves, unless you go into versus mode, I'm pretty sure. And because of that, you have a lot more straightaways, which I feel means that there's less variety within a Grand Prix, which is unfortunate. Because the motion controls I can probably get used to. The difference with the tracks is something I'm worried could be a major limitation, brought on by the fact that, hey, we want this interconnected open world, but how much benefit am I going to really get from that? The fact that I can't even see how many P-switches are even findable is a concern. That's what I was chapping up to while I was rambling. OST's awesome, yep, as you've said. I was watching stream on Mario Kart World and I already see people doing tricks and wall climbing. At this point, if I ever get the game, I'll always be in 24th place. I haven't tried online mode yet, that'll be fun. I hear the CPU's out for blood. Oh yeah, 150cc, I have struggled grievously. It's kind of funny because after the stream I try a bit in 150cc and I got roasted. I don't know what the AI's doing, I'm pretty sure they're cheating. Are the games even more expensive as people say? I mean, it's 80 if you don't get it bundled, so there you go. I feel it will be a taste thing? Honestly, probably, given the circumstances. Oh, that's the bonus? Do I dare try this again? We tried this last week and it didn't go so well for me. Huh. It is a 3x. Is that worth the attempt, I wonder? Huh. Maybe? Yeah, because that seems to be what I'm seeing online Gilgamesh as well, because it's a matter of... we'll try it once. If I fail, I'm not going to fret over it. The MK8 AI was weak. I mean, yeah, if you watched my response video to Golden Owl, that was all footage I had gathered after not playing Mario Kart 8 for months. And I was able to... I think I got in second place once in that footage. And I don't think I've even gotten a race in first place within Mario Kart World. They absolutely made it rougher. No doubt about it. Okay. Switch it up. Ah, shit, I was behind. Actually, should I have brought Rex to bear against himself? That would have been funny. Crap. I'm turning into Rex. No, I'm not the one descended from you. Just all my kids, apparently. Never mind it up. I've got, what, 3 of the big houses associated with me directly? Oh, God! One hit from Rolling Smash and I'm down. This is why Nia is here. The AI has returned to Mario Kart Wii levels of rubber banding. Actually, now that I think of it, I do still have the Wii. I wonder if it'd be worth trying to bust out Mario Kart Wii and trying that out. That might actually be a good point of comparison. I doubt that I'd be able to set it up for the capture card easily. With how I've got my current setup, I'd probably just set it up down below, just out of pure curiosity, but... oh, that could be fascinating, actually. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. Because I remember struggling a lot on 150cc back when I was young, but I had attributed it back then to being young and stupid. If there's more to it than being young and stupid, that would be fascinating. Whether that's actually the case or not remains to be seen, but that could be an interesting aspect. I guess we'll just have to see, though. You're done? Although I'm probably done, to be fair. So yeah, trying to get 3-star 150cc, that's going to be utterly rough. So actually, I may as well ask this question then, because I do intend to review the game on the review channel. And I think I've got my angle figured out now that I've spent this time, although to be fair, it could change as I play more. How much do you think I should play before reviewing this? Because it's not as if there's a story mode or anything in the story. I feel that, and there's a bit of open-endedness because, okay, how much exploration of the world should I do? How well should I perform at the Grand Prix before I can say, okay, I've got a good grasp on the mechanics? Taunt. Okay, switch up the focus to... actually, you know what? Everybody got taunted. Damn. Alright, just make sure fast recharge is down. Okay, are we able to refocus? Okay, there we go. Alright, everyone refocus. There we go. Yep, Mario Kart World to get 3 stars in Knockout Tour, you need to first place in all... What? That's why I didn't get it? The one time I got... Oh man, that's gonna suck to try and get. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Oh, if that's how it works, I'm gonna hate that. Damn. Actually, hang on a minute. I had level 3 Noah and I didn't commit to the spam strat. What am I doing? And of course I miss when I need to actually hit you. So... Let's check so. Let's see. I probably won't aim for 3-star in every... Well, I know that if I get 3-star in all of the Grand Prix, I believe, I get Rainbow Road. So I think what makes the most sense is I can go 150... Well, I can just go 50cc in order to unlock it. And to get a sense for the tracks themselves. I can see how much effort over the next couple of weeks it'll take if I want to try and get everything maxed out, as it were. But I think I'll focus on just unlocking all of the core mechanics and seeing how they all behave on both 50 and 150. I think that should be a good barometer, because I did the Grand Prix that you saw in 100. So, is there a mirror mode, Gilgamesh? I'll have to double check. Still. Through all the, I'm not sure what that word is supposed to be, I'm assuming rallies? So yeah, definitely all the Grand Prix and Rally. And I think a decent amount of exploration is warranted. Although, the question is, how valuable is the exploration to me? Because, at the risk of sounding dismissive, I'm not sure, well, I mean, I have made it clear that I don't like open world games, so it might just be my bias for that kicking in. Do I have to switch targets? Yes. It might just be my bias kicking in, but the world feels... Well, it feels like there should be more based on what I'm used to. And I'm not entirely sure what's missing, but something feels like it's missing. I'm probably just expecting too much, but I'm getting the same feeling as I did wandering around in Breath of the Wild. And if you know my opinion on Breath of the Wild, that's not a compliment. There is a mirror mode? Alright. Well... After I at least get far enough along with... Well, I think once I unlock Rainbow Road, then I can figure things out after. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that we withstood this. I haven't really upgraded everybody beyond what I've already got. Is it just because I'm going in with different classes, maybe? It could be, maybe. Oh geez, I got dropped? Yeah, and it took away Lucky 7, huh? Well, they seem to be holding up well enough. I'm honestly kind of surprised I've been able to ramble while all this is going on. And thank you for targeting the Ouroboros with that rather than anything that could take damage. Thank you much. Huh, well... Damn. Can I at least inflict break? No, resist it. And their break resist is good. Alright, refocus. Unfortunately, there's going to be some weirdness because people are still taunted by him. There we go. So, either way, I'll have to mull over what makes the most sense. Wait, why aren't both of you protected right now? Oh, it just switched off. Okay, that's all. Alright, let's switch it up. So, yeah, I'm of two minds as to what makes the most sense as far as how much I should play before I review. I mean, the usual barometer is as long as you are upfront with how much you have played and what your bias is, people are normally understanding of that. Or at least people whom you would care to hear opinions from anyway. There's always the unreasonable ones, but still, you get the point, hopefully. Alright, can I get the Origin Blade? Not quite in time. I'm honestly kind of surprised we've survived this long. Try playing hide and seek and free roam online. I thought you couldn't do free roam multiplayer unless it's with a friend though. Well, even so, might be worth considering. Unless you want to do a multiplayer community night of some stripe with that, though I don't know how many of you would have a Switch 2 at this juncture. I am still a relatively small channel given the circumstances, so I can't necessarily rely on that much in that respect. Still, might be worth considering at some point. Yeah. Alright, so Lance is back in. Actually, can I take good advantage of that? Hey. Actually, honestly, I should probably just be spamming everything that I can while in interlink just to do as much damage as possible. Ooh, nice, I can get Hammer Revolution one more time. Ooh, Rex is down, excellent. Alright, if one of them's down, we've got a really good chance now. You okay, Nia? Is this what you're like at home, Rex? Okay, I shouldn't even make that joke. Do you think Mario Kart World will have DLC? I think it will. Oh god. Wait, Yumi's the only healer alive? Oh, that's a problem. Oh god, did I just lose? Okay, Nia's alive? We may have a chance then. May. Okay. Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! Lance, as soon as we get... Oh no, Lance, stay alive. Stay alive, Lance! Please! Please stay alive, Lance! Oh my gosh, I'm alive. Interlink now! Finish it quickly! Oh god, we're so close! I think we'll be fine! I think Senna has the damage to finish this! I think if I get one more big hit like that, we're fine. Oh my god! So yeah, I think Mario Kart World will get DLC, but I think there is going to be tremendous backlash when it does. I'm starting to look for a Switch 2 this Monday. I've heard there's actually plenty of stock right now. So, oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so I at least beat this on normal. I have heard there's plenty in stock.
I wouldn't have it any other
There was a
way.
lot of volume shipped, and a lot of volume sold, launch day and yesterday. But I've also heard that there's still plenty of stock, because they really wanted to make sure there were no issues with scalping or lack of availability. So, in that respect, it should be simple enough to get it. That might just be my area, to be fair, but from what I hear, it's actually kind of funny, because my friend who got me the pre-order was actually complaining about how seemingly easy it was to just secure something normally, and here he went through all this effort in the mad scramble to get the initial wave. Mario Kart World or Sonic Cross Worlds? Aren't they technically treating their deluxe edition as DLC already? I mean, both would get backlash in that case. Either way, let's keep going.
Archsage wish to see heated bout.
So, I get it, I just feel like understanding the core gameplay and some good time on the game modes. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Because that is the other trick, is that it's a multiplayer game, so at what point do you consider it quote-unquote done? Especially when an update or something could come along later and invalidate most if not all of your criticisms. A review of League of Legends back in 2011 is going to be very different than a review in 2025. It's not going to be as extreme in this case, to be fair, but still. You get the idea. There we go. I always wanted a Switch 2, but it's more money problems. My slow drift in gaming. As for me, I think about if I'll make the most of the Switch 2 since my current one's collecting dust. Yeah, that's fair. And that is the trick. How much time are you realistically going to be spending with this? Because for me, it's worth getting because I can just say, hey, Metroid Prime 4 is going to be awesome, hopefully. Hopefully it's 70, but I guess we'll find out. I can justify Pokemon Legends Z8 being 70 to an extent because if the Switch 2 cartridge will just slot right into my brother's Switch 1, then that gives it tremendous value for me on that dimension. So, in that respect, it makes sense. It made sense for me to gun for because I've got then 2 games. Oh shoot, I could have launched that. Was that one launched? I mean, it looked like it. I should be paying more attention then since I do have a Smash art. Either way. So, it made sense for me to get it, especially since this hobby means that I've got an excuse to stay on the bleeding edge. My PC hardware is more mid-range admittedly, but as far as the latest console generation, there's always a new Nintendo exclusive that's garnering attention if ever I want to jump on the bandwagon. If Mario Kart World doesn't get heat, doesn't get DLC, it'll get heat as well. That is fair, because people got used to Mario Kart... No, actually, that's some of the discussion I've seen, because people got used to Mario Kart 8 having all the DLC and all the tracks. Well, I don't know if all the DLC necessarily makes sense, because there was a bit of DLC when it was Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, if memory serves. And then we got yet more tracks on... Well, and then all of those got bundled into the Switch version, and then all of that then got extra DLC on top of it, so there is a lot of content just baked into Mario Kart 8. So, people are inevitably, whether fairly or not, going to make the comparison between, hey, you've got, what's it? You've got all these tracks in Mario Kart 8, and then what's World got for its core gameplay? I mean, yes, Knockout Tour seems like it'll be a lot of fun. I hear people are having a lot of fun with that on online modes especially, so that seems like the thing to try out. And yet, at the same time, there is still going to be annoyance that, hey, you aren't doing a lot of new stuff with it, but is the new stuff worth paying the big bucks for relative to all the tracks that we could get on a different version? Well, on an older iteration, I should say. So, it's a very risky situation. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they went with Mario Kart as their big $80 title. I'm actually more surprised that they... Well, actually... I can explain the $80 price point by virtue of the fact that it took 8 years to develop, and the fact that they sorta, kinda have set Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2 at the same price point, 70 plus the 10 for the Switch 2 edition, so arguably we've got 2 games that are 80, and they'll probably do the big stuff at 80, which concerns me, especially since the fact that Legends ZA is only 60 on Switch and 70 on Switch 2. That gives a little bit of assurance, but I don't know. I'm really worried about how their pricing is going to go forward, because are people going to be willing to pay that up front, as opposed to in DLC later? I'm going to be very curious to see how it works out. Well, if that's a bonus on that, may as well try the hard mode version. What else been chat up to? So your Trooper's giving us an update on where he is in X? Alrighty. Even if the Switch 2 did fail or does fail, Nintendo will be fine? Oh yeah, they've got a big war chest. They'll be fine. And that's why I'm curious as to why they're pressing it the way they are. I guess we'll see. Because they've raised the prices on stuff for their big stuff. For the stuff that took multiple years, as well as... Well, actually, if they're doing it for the big long-winded stuff, where's that going to leave Fire Emblem when they inevitably announce the next one? Is engaged? Well, I hope they don't raise it to 80, otherwise that's not going to be something I even think about going near. I guess we'll see. I still haven't gotten the PS5 due to the price. Well, I don't have much interest in the PS5 right now, so I'm lucky on that count. And see, for many people, it'll slowly stop caring, at least from what I've seen. People are worried about it getting worse in the future. And that is the trick. Didn't we just fight this one? Well, this is the hard mode version, so let's see how well it goes. Okay. still cheaper than PS5 Pro. That's not a high bar. The standard, well, the Xbox Series X is cheaper than that by technicality if you're going by that logic. That's not necessarily much encouragement. You know what's cheaper? A Steam account. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out as far as pricing over the next few years. Could work out just fine, could work out terrible. Although, what it'll boil down to for me is, will there be enough of a dedicated core who are willing to stomach it for what's being offered? Because I am enthusiastic enough about Metroid Prime 4 that if they charge $70, I won't bat an eyelash. Because I will want that game. If they charge $80 for it, I'm going to be doubting that choice. To where I probably will just say no. But that is the question, how willing am I? So, it's going to be interesting over the next few years. Honestly, I think this first year is going to be pivotal to how well the Switch 2 does. Fix it, we need to fix the economy? Well, that's the problem. That's a very complicated answer. Given, well, there's a lot of things at play there. So, and there's no one right answer, unfortunately, from what little I do know, so it's going to be fascinating to watch that play out. Best I can say, well, hang on tight, boys. It's going to be a long ride. Okay, now the... Oh, jeez, that was a higher damage explosion than I remember. No matter. Alright, let's rough around. I believe this is the last round. Remember? Oh wait, no, there was the giant sea monster, wasn't there? Ah, damn, not quite. Getting there. Wait, how did that count as an art cancel? I'm confused. People are already storming the seas with the Switch 2. I didn't think the hardware was good enough to have emulation already, if that's your concern. Unless that's why they shut down Yuzu, because I thought that they were doing a mix of emulation and just stronger hardware in order to get games like what we're playing now working on Switch 2. That was my understanding anyway. Well, whatever the case may be. I'd be telling it to favor Smash right now. Maybe. Missed. When will the next Nintendo Direct come out, you think? I'm expecting August. Maybe September. Because my thinking there is that they'll want to announce something hype in order to get people who have only heard maybe some of the brouhaha regarding prices on board. Ow. So my expectation is that there'll probably be something in August and September to really get people's hype up, especially since they can potentially show off something that hasn't been shown for Legends ZA, as well as will say, hey, release date for Metroid Prime 4, here it is, buy it, it's great, it's gonna be awesome, you're gonna love it. That's my expectation. Whether they do that or not remains to be seen, but that's what I think would be smart. Though we'll see how it ends up turning out. I wonder if in 2 years we'll get a Switch Lite? I'm not sure how you do get a Switch Lite out of this, because, well, if you're only targeting 1080p, I could see that being fine. Because the idea is that if you want the 4K 60, you gotta be willing to have it in docked mode, otherwise it's just a 1080p screen. Although, if I were to have you... Could you even have a Switch Lite, though? Because with the screen size they have, and the screen resolution, then would that work out, I wonder? Did people have an outrage over the $70 price range or not? I never saw anything about it. It happened during lockdown, so there was brouhaha over it, but it was largely subdued since it was mostly confined to the PC market. And if you looked at the PC market, even the big games like Baldur's Gate 3 didn't necessarily ascend to that. It's not until you look at publishers like EA that you start seeing that show up more frequently. Ooh! Smash! For me, I see the Switch now is a Switch too light. Well, the problem is you can't play Mario Kart World. There we go. Okay. I guess we can just target this with the interlink for now. Suck! Hiya! Am I just timing things out wrong in order to get the Origin Blade? Probably. If I really wanted it, I probably should be holding off on using the level... well, on using the major art until I've gotten enough to where I can nail it. What will you do with your OG Switch now? It is currently set up in the basement downstairs. So it's gonna be my... I just want to unwind in front of the TV console. And since it can play the Switch 2 copy I'll be getting of Legends DA, that might be how I end up treating it. Because I don't have any 4K TV in the house right now, so I'm not too concerned about the technical specs in that respect. Actually, it'll be a good point of comparison, if nothing else. Thank you, Senna. There we go. That counts as S rank? Okay, I'll take it. Hang on, do I hear a Cheeto outside my door? It's not completely closed, dude. Although, you are an orange cat, so I can't trust you to be smart. You just gonna look at me, dude? Alright, can I get anything good out of these?
What to buy?
Actually, they added a bunch of new stuff. Well, I can get Origin Shards from here? That might be worth considering, actually. Although the Enigmatter is probably more useful. Alrighty, I'll have to consider that later. Would you play the GameCube Pokemon games when they come to NSO? I don't see why not.
Archsage have cornucopia of challenges in store.
Alrighty, so... Ouroboros Fever, huh? Heat gauge will build up slower while interlinked? So basically allowing me to use it for a longer period, huh? Alrighty then. What else is Japan up to? Me, the only thing I had a problem with about the $70 pricing was they made Call of Duty Cold War 70. I don't know too much about Call of Duty, so I won't speak on that. And I thought 60 for the old games was a bit much. Yeah, that's fair. I held off on buying the Skyward Sword re-release until I could get it at a decent discount. And not without reason. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Nothing too dangerous to start out by the looks of it. Taking a decent amount of damage from AoE. Why do I have all this aggro? What's going on here? Do I need to give an attack art to to someone? Oh, actually, if I want to really make people hurt, it won't inflict break. But it is some useful AoE. Especially if I can get Mega Spinning Edge. Try Men of the Sea. I don't know if I've upgraded Soul Hacker enough to where that makes sense. Honestly, after After I finished trying every one of them, if we still had time, I was planning on going after some unique monsters. Partially for that purpose, partially because then I could spend some time, well, doing some gem crafting on my own time. I am. Maybe the 4th of July sale will save my wallet. I'll be curious to see what kind of sales are put in. As I don't expect that the new Switch 2 stuff will be discounted all that heavily. They might try and discount Mario Kart World a bit, given just how expensive that one is, but I'm dubious on that. Oh yeah! There we go. Who next? Alright, one more hit. The GameCube Pokemon game campaigns are all double battles? Interesting. Shows you how much I know. There we go. What's this chapter up to? Thoughts on key cards? I'd be curious to know when they'd be most useful, because if it's just to get around size limits, I can understand that, but I'm a little worried about that as far as the future of physical games, because there's already enough problems in the PC market from Steam just basically eating everyone's lunch. I'd be worried about that causing even further issues with game preservation on a console market where backwards compatibility isn't always a guarantee. I guess we'll just have to see, though. No telling how it's going to play out until we see more, I suppose. At least other games will be cheaper. I remember buying 14 games for 100. Yep, there will always be Steam. Honestly, that'll be the real test. How well will the Steam Deck continue to do? Because if there is still the demand for something affordable, then in theory that's the Steam Deck, though the fact that the Switch 2 is now, based on the specs for the fact that it can handle 4K docked and, as well as 1080p and handheld, puts it a cut above where the Switch, where the Steam Deck is. I guess I'll be curious to see how it works out long term, that's all I'll say. No telling how it'll play out. Should be fascinating either way. Yeah. I can see more companies promoting affordability as a marketing sell more often soon. Well, why do you think they've been going more to remakes and remasters? It's a lot easier to remake or remaster something than it is to try something new. And honestly, here's what I'm curious about. How much is what we're... and I don't know if we'll necessarily have a solid answer for a while. But what I'll be curious to know is how much of the current issue we're seeing is a result of inflation and other pressures like that, and how much is a result of bloat.
Here is Archsage's treasure. Please.
That will be the fascinating part. Because there absolutely is a lot of bloat in the AAA space. Nintendo isn't as bad in that respect, but in the Western AAA market especially, there's a lot of overhead that arguably doesn't need to be there. So I'll be very curious to see how it goes. What I don't like with PC gaming is fiddling with settings and trying to get a game to work and not knowing why it's not working. Your argument's going to fall on deaf ears because I'm well aware of that, have made it worse with a Linux PC, and don't care because I like having the freedom. And I have the internet if I desperately need something to work. I like just installing a game and just going. Yeah, that is fair, and the reason why Linux is going to take a long time to be widely adopted. If it ever is. At this rate, as nice as it is to have Proton basically handle almost everything as far as my Steam games are concerned, there is an element that it's going to have to just work if there's ever going to be wider adoption. So I guess, will it ever reach the point of it just works? That I don't know. Although, funnily enough, the problems I've been having with my current Steam games, the most issues I've had have been related to native Linux versions more so than anything involving the Proton version or what have you. I think there's been one game that has definitively just worked like trash no matter what I've tried. At least on my Steam account, but still. I've been around the block long enough to where I at least have a good enough grasp on where to look, even if I don't have a good answer, so I do have that working in my favor. My use case is definitely not the majority, though. I mean, it's what, 2% of Steam's player base about that uses Linux, with a lot of that being Steam Deck. It'll be fascinating to see how things play out. Utterly fascinating. May you live in interesting times. In some languages, well, in some countries, that's considered a curse. And not without reason. I'm kind of surprised these guys aren't doing more damage to us given the circumstances. I just don't have the patience to fiddle with settings, and I don't understand what people are saying on how to fix it. Well, the problem is, well, there's only so much that can be done to ameliorate that, because at some point, it's just a matter of learning how computers operate, and knowing, okay, that's what I need to do, I need to fix this driver, and just learning all the points of failure. And that's something that comes with experience. Though, to be fair, I had what? A decent amount of time in between. Well, it took me about 2 months to reacclimate to Linux being my primary OS. There's Orange and Blade, let me has. Should be enough to knock out 13, I think. Please? Not quite. Ooh, blinded burst. Nice. Alright, 13's down. Should be simple enough to knock out Sagiri then, with only one of them on me. I just want a computer for dummies. Get an Xbox. I'm not even joking. Honestly, the Xbox One that I do have is basically just a glorified Blu-ray player at this point. The few Blu-ray I have, anyway. I do have some DVDs, to be fair. Yeah. Other solution. Well, there's a degree to which Steam Deck is just plug and play, but you've got the Steam OS that you have to worry about, which is a Linux OS, so there is occasionally stuff that needs to be fiddled with, but you've got sites like ProtonDB where you can figure stuff out. At least more easily, but still. Come on, go down, Sagiri. I think I got her attention. I remember when my Xbox pulled the plug on itself. Oh, did you have one of the 360s with the red ring of death or something? Oh, that was legendary when that was happening. Down you go. You okay, Cheeto? Have you finally come in to say hello, my dude?
Archsage sure hope so.
You doing okay, boy? There we go. I just wish someone would make an easy-to-understand guide to PC gaming. Those should exist by now. If you go to build a PC, there's some good resources there. What, should that be my... Actually, What, should that be the... Well, once that I'm done spamming Xenoblade 2 videos, should I experiment with that kind of content? It was an Xbox One X, I just got tired. It just got tired, like on my TV, just stopped working after a year. After a year? I've got one that's lasted since I moved here, what? Check out the swimwear. Only new time, let me finish unlocking it, we've got 2 more. No interlinking, huh? Fascinating. You're gonna keep sitting next... You're gonna keep doing the sit next to me, Cheeto? You want up here? I can't let you up here because you'll sniff at my drink, but... Who's a good boy? Is that or my devices hate COD? To be fair. Oh, Cheeto ran. Alright, you go have fun with the brother then.
This one into memory. Oh, yes!
Yeah. Okay.
Just want someone to watch him as he eats.
As per usual.
Challenge!
Yeah, not worth worrying about that, brother. Ow! Am I already on the ground? What the hell, Ethel? Worse yet, it's 2 attackers that are just gonna throw everything in their mother at us. Whatever counts as a mother with these guys. And knowing my luck, Kamaravi probably doesn't even have any of the self-inflicted damage either. Ugh. Ooh, that worked out. Tyon got knocked down, huh? Okay, I knew someone had burst. Pretty sure it's on Mio right now. There we go. I just realized this whole stream has been a major spoiler, hasn't it? Can I change it? But she's too useful, damn it! Way too useful! Oh well. What's this chat been up to? The FF Tactics Remaster is just the OG game with a classic mode and a remastered mode. Yeah, I did some more digging on what that entails, and it looks promising. Counterpoint, de novo on PC version, again, because Square Enix is going down that road too. Fortunately, it looks like they do eventually remove de novo. I'll have to see if there are any substantial mouse controls involved. If there are, I'll probably wait until de novo's removed. If not, it may be worth getting the Switch 2 version. We'll just have to see. Let's see. Oh, I just have Xbox games lying down in the closet and 45 on the walls of my Xbox account. Ouch. Okay, now that we're nearly knocked Ethel on the ground. Oh, of course, this is where we get the smash combo, and I'm not ready for it. But yeah! And now we're never going to be able to land break. Well, land burst, I should say, now that we've pissed her off. And look who's back. What are you looking at, Cheeto? Okay, good, I am still attacking. Clearly looking down at my cat while all the particle effects are going off is clearly the right course of action. Go! Fine, don't go down. Okay, good, good. Neo. Oh, there she goes. Nice. Alright, now that Knuckles not in the rage, that gives us a better chance. Especially with the tanks actually doing their job. It feels weird having the tanks do their job now. At least there's triangle strategy. That is true. I'll need to check that out at some point. Though, at least for the short term, I'm going to be mighty distracted by Mario Kart World. And that's my primary focus right now. Well, if I want to just unwind, I've got a PC game I'm playing right now that's just more stimulation's not the right word. Probably more sure how to describe it. Look up the Planet Crafter. Interesting stuff that my D&D group dug out recently. Effectively terraforming a planet. Needs help. Let's see, now that you got your 60 FPS on like those 30 unplayable frames per seconds of hell, you have more games you could stream. Is Sonic Frontiers confirmed for 60 on Switch too? If it is, that's worth considering. Oh yeah! If it's still, what's it? If it's still 30 FPS, although there is a part of me that also wants to be a stubborn ass because de novo is the coward's tool, but it's not as if it's had a major effect on my life to give up stuff that does have de novo on it. Oh, do I get one more of these? Aw, you resisted the break. How dare you? Are we playing on Switch 2 right now? Yes, we are. I tested that it at least works yesterday, and this is the test to see how well it works. I'd say it works fairly well. I know a Switch 2 version of Sonic X Shadow Generations exists. Yep, I am aware of that. I'll have to see whether it hits 60. Because I know the Switch 1 version didn't. Actually, I'll just look that up since we're near the end of this battle. I'm not too worried about getting S rank. It does run at 60 on Switch 2. Okay, cool, cool. Hang on, nope, this is a modded version of the Switch 1 port. Hang on. Let me make sure I'm looking at something correctly.
Archsage sure hope so.
And of course, everything's pointing to 2024, which isn't helpful. Oh, we actually got S. Nice. Didn't I just get that one? I might just... Didn't I just do that one? I might just ignore it. Alright, let's see if I look for just Switch 2. Alright, I need to figure out this answer real quick, so... That doesn't tell me anything. So no upgrade path available, good to know. Not that it mattered too much to me. I don't remember them talking about an improved frame rate as the issue. And they're talking about Switch 2 on the official website. Maybe if I look in the news section? Okay, you gonna have any information buried in here? Alright, let's see. Was this written by AI? This is all stuff we know.
Nice and limber.
Useless! Okay, I'll have to go digging for that later. I'm not getting the answer I'm looking for. At least Nintendo doesn't buy studios and kills them. Congratulations, they do the bare minimum.
Fight hard, get strong, win valuable prizes.
Okay, we've literally just done this one in on the hard mode in order to take advantage of that bonus. I'm focused on just trying them all out once, so let's see. Recharge speed after using arts is greatly increased. Okay. If that's the case, I'm tempted to change up what my main class is. Well, what my main classes are. Well, we'll try it out anyway. You want something, Cheeto? You're staring at me. Look at you, dude. Actually, you can't. At one point, I might have to turn on the webcam, but not right now. You good, Cheeto? He probably wants out. Be right back. As expected, he just wanted out. Okay. Where were we?
Archsage wish to see heated bout.
Let's see. At least Nintendo doesn't. I already read that one. I find it funny that Switch 2 version of Cyberpunk runs better than PS4 version and the Switch 2 version of the DLC. Well, they would have wanted to make sure it was properly optimized, so that's not terribly surprising, I suppose. Still, actually, if I really want to spam stuff, let's switch to Tyon. Because I don't think there's too much positional stuff related to him, so I can just sit here and spam. Assuming I don't get toppled anyway. Okay, I literally just got up. Come on. Who the heck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. I'm gonna have so little HP by the time I'm done with this. Crap, this one goes fast. There we go. Cool. Have they announced when FF7 Remake releases on Switch 2? I haven't heard any news on that yet. Sup? Boom. There we go. Let's see, can I get another one? Not quite. Ugh, Urkon? Hooray, just what I needed. Block raid. Maybe I should have had somebody take Gunslinger out. Or whatever Gray's nonsense is called. Go. I think I'm just guessing if Sonic and Shadow is 60 FPS, Sonic Frontiers probably is too. Well, I haven't seen anything confirming Sonic X Shadow Generations. I suspect most people who are interested in it would have already bought the Switch 1 version if they were going to buy any version. So that's probably why there isn't a lot of chatter. Would it be worth trying that? Because there is still a part of me that hopes that Sega will get their act together and realize, hang on, Denuvo isn't actually helping us that much. Although, to be fair, the problem is people still buy their games, so they have no reason to change right now. And unfortunately, with me being on Linux, there's even less reason to go for Denuvo, because switching Proton version will get counted as as a new install with how it works in the back end. And since more recent iterations of Denuvo have carried an install limit, that's actually very bad for me. So just making sure that I get it working properly could literally lock me out of using the game. As if I didn't have any other reasons to not use Denuvo anyway, or anything that involved it. No matter. I just realized I've been forgetting to use Imperial Salvo. Hurry up. Am I even hitting him? Hard to tell. Okay, that hit. Oh, I'm on the ground. I wondered why I was not getting anything fast enough. Well, actually, if I've got this, switch it up before I get knocked down. Alright, knock him out. I believe that's AoE, so it should hurt that guy as well, right? Yep. Final wave, huh? Okay, interrupt so that you can get Sacred Cannon off. Rude! Well, I was on 1 HP when I came out, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I'm honestly kind of surprised that didn't inflict knockback or something. Yeah. There we go.
Good job, friends! Spectacular! Marvelous! Will it bring friends joy? Archsage sure hope so.
Huh. It hasn't gotten rid of the old bonus yet? Interesting. I wonder why it's favoring those. Well, both of them are stuff that I've played recently.
Nothing to it.
So I'm just gonna keep going down the line.
Lucky challenge! Friends cannot resist, yes?
Stage of Destiny, huh? Bit scared of... Huh. Actually, that's all of the swimwear, isn't it? I should at least take a look at it now that I've gotten all of it unlocked, right? Okay. So, what have we got? Unsurprising. Also unsurprising. Also unsurprising. Bit of a garish color scheme, but never mind me. So I guess the B version is the colorful one? Apparently. Alrighty then. Okay.
Friends cannot resist, yes?
Alright, so yeah, I've already seen to those. Okay. So this is gonna be a Mobius battle, huh?
Enemy is not to sniff at.
Joe! Which Mobius?
Challenge!
Isn't this X and Y? No. E and U, huh? I'm trying to remember which ones they were. Gonna have to go back to my footage at this rate. Oh, and then we've got this playing in the background. Okay, you know what? That's actually a nice touch. I like that. Alright, if you didn't have spoilers before, now you're definitely gonna have spoilers. I should probably go sit in the fast recharge. Yeah, I still remember when I thought that this music was the most try-hard thing imaginable. I still kind of think that to be fair, though it's grown on me a bit. They made Mobius easy to knock down if we're already this far along with knocking over E. Then again, they've got to make this multi-phase. They'd probably knock down the total health pool. Let me get there, damn it. That's my best guess anyway. You can see Tyler's core crystal in his swimwear. Yep, I saw. Oh, they even have Shania showing up in the background? Huh. Oh, right, because Senna. That must have been when she attacked... What was it? Must have been when she attacked the city. Well, Shania, anyway. There we go. First lands. Hiya! Ah, that countered us behind? Dang. Well, if that's the case... Yeah! There we go. Alright, who's next? K and L. Alrighty. Alright, let's post out the big gun. What does Harmonic Wave look like? Actually, let's hit this first. Aw, you resisted? And it's still high damage. What's Nightbreaker look like again? Remind me. Okay. Cool. Alright, we got another final lucky 7. Ooh, nice! And then whoop-wham! Good. And after that... Okay, and then we have the interlinked Mobius. Makes sense. And since I started out with the blade drawn, I can have some fun with this. Yeah. Especially against the Mobius. Maybe I should focus on trying to land what I can with Uni. Given what her special is capable of in interlink form. Alright, that went well. Oh, and it didn't even take away the cooldown? Boy, useful. I have expected that cooldown to be done by then. Nice. Ooh, one last of these, huh? Actually, that'll probably kill. Yeah, final wave. Oh, and of course they switched to the even more dramatic version of the music. Actually, you know what? I may as well say this now because it'll be funny depending on how it turns out. Because when you look at the soundtrack, the Mobius battle theme is something like 8 minutes. Which you would be surprised by if you actually look at, well, listen to it in context. But then you realize halfway through, technically it's 2 variants of the Mobius battle theme stitched together. Because you've got one that you see for a lot of the Mobius, and then since we're up against Y right now, this is, well, it has a slightly different introduction when you fight the really important Mobius, and is slightly even more dramatic somehow. Well, I'm about to die. Hang on. Oh, you got broken. That's useful. Oh, wait, is... Yeah, Y's up. Well, X is up as well, huh? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, I'll be... Now, what's interesting about that to me is that there's a variant in the soundtrack with the flute in it to allow for shenanigans with M. But I'm pretty sure we don't hear the over dramatic version with M. So unless things are gonna get really feisty in the challenge battles, that is gonna be fascinating. Either there's a part of the soundtrack that can never be heard in-game, naturally, or we're gonna have all sorts to worry about when we get to N and M in their challenge battle. Either way, something to look forward to. Get him. Ah, not quite, huh? Well, Y's down anyway. Phew.
Here is Archsage's treasure. Please to receive.
There we go. I wonder when old age will affect Chase gameplay. Arguably it already does with how much I was struggling with Wind Waker yesterday.
Friends cannot resist, yes?
Okay, given that this only requires you to have Soul Hacker alone, honestly, I think we save this until after we've beaten down a bunch of unique monsters so that I can enter with full combos. Let's get to something... Wait a minute. What's my current level? I'm about to get my ass kicked, aren't I?
Lucky challenge. Friends cannot resist, yes?
I'm about to get my ass kicked. Oh yeah, these all have level 99 attached to them. This might be where we call it for the challenge battles and go unique monster hunting.
Archsage on tenterhooks.
Sounds like more than that, but never mind me. Someone had way too much fun in the recording booth.
Challenge!
So, well, I guess that answers my question. We're not gonna last long because of the level disparity, but... yeah, there it is. Oh, God! Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. All of our healers knocked out in one sweep of N's Blade. Yeah, we're done with challenge battles. Unless I want to try the hard mode ones. Oh, that's glorious. Okay, yeah, we're done with challenge battles for tonight. Unless I want to try some of the hard mode ones, which is tempting.
We might have taken it too
Make sure you wear your brown pants for the level 99 challenges. Honestly, at this point, best thing I could do would probably be to go hunt down unique monsters. I was debating between... oh, let's see, what do I need to... I believe this... what was I using for grinding? I think I had labeled this one. Oh yeah, because it had Eno in it as well. Okay. So, we're gonna make a few major differences with this one. And I'll probably create... so, I need to assign you to Melia's class. And you to Nia's class. Those will be the major distinctions. I'll need to assign someone else. Let's see, you're gonna get assigned to Soul Hacker.
I'll take the offensive then.
Oh wait, no, you're level 20 on that. No, stay on Kamarabi. You can be assigned to Soul Hacker.
I can do that.
And then you get assigned to a healing class of some stripe. What makes the most sense? Ah, well, you already have Niabi not maxed out. Okay, go with this. Yeah, that'll do. And then let's make sure that everyone's arts are okay. There's only so much I can do about Noah. And Mio. But, let's see. What I have available. Oh, you can inflict... actually, you know what? I need to favor burst combos anyway, so you don't need Mighty Beat. Because we're not aiming for... well... let's see...
White slash! Aerial slash!
we're aiming for burst combos and burst combos alone right now. With our current formation. So you don't need this.
Have some of this!
Wait, you can do a full burst combo all on your own? Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Have we done any super boss attempts yet? I have not. I've got Soul Hacker here, Gilgamesh, or am I reading that comment late? Let's see. You mean Adam Howden? I'm assuming you're talking about the recording booth comment. Sure, let's go with that. I still don't believe you, by the way. Okay. So, we'll use this as an opportunity to make sure everyone else can access Melia and Nia's unique class. So, I guess I'll just go down the line of what I've got and what I need to go after in order to level characters. So let's see, for Steel Protection was the first one on my list. Alrighty. I was late? Cool. Let's see. Ready to watch me? Well, to be fair, I don't necessarily have to. I've got the general location figured out. Okay, demonic crenular. At Daedal Island in Erythia. Alright, boys. You're gonna get to see another common feature of the streams from now on. I'm assuming this is Daedal Island. Let's see, level 75. Kind of wish that they label. Well, actually, let me click this link. Okay, it looks like it's this one. So, here we are. Alrighty. Let's see if I can do this properly. Check the wiki, that's what I'm doing. So we're just gonna go down the line, fight the monsters I need to fight, or at least gem crafting, and that'll give me something that I can work on offline while this game is in my primary focus. Oh, you want me to fight the super bosses right now? If I can't take on the level 99 challenges, I'm dubious on my ability to do much more than that. Okay, so I think our target's over there.
That smarts.
If I'm looking for a giant bug, that is the right kind of bug, but I don't think it's the name of the bug we're looking for. Actually, I'm at a level where I'd get aggroed by them, aren't I? Unless big bug over there. Is that it over there? Let's see, what's the wiki say as far as... actually, that might be it over there. It's hard to tell. Wait, no, that looks like the wrong... Is it the right kind of monster? Hard to tell from here. It's the wrong level anyway. Okay, so if it's not up there, is it up on the high ground? If that's the case, let's try fast traveling in from up here and wandering around on the high ground. There are specific requirements to unlock them? Huh. Interesting. Well, might be better to save that for another day, as I don't intend to go after any of the super bosses right now, but still. I'll keep in mind that there are some specifics I'll need to worry about in that respect. Okay, so we've got the overgrown birds. Wherefore art thou mine enemy? So how's it going, boys?
Sweet, let's poke around.
Oh, cool. That makes things simple. Okay, hang on. So, oh, it's located on that part? I'm glad the wiki I'm looking at gave me a map. Okay, so according to the grave site, it's over there. No wonder why I wasn't able to find it Okay, there are some of the bugs I need to go after. Which one do I think is the bug? Shink. It's going good? Glad to hear it.
This one's got character. Shall we tango?
Indeed. Let's tango.
Keep your heads or lose them.
Pay attention to me, sucker. Alright, now that I've gotten your attention, everybody else please take aggro before I die.
No, you can't.
I Rex, I die, I Rex again.
I believe in you.
I'm currently watching a man pushing 100. Bruh. I'm not that bad. Although, you know what? Given what's gonna be going on next week, I shouldn't say anything. Come on, I know I gave plenty of you days. There you go. Way home? Alright. Welcome to my main means of grinding for the foreseeable future. I don't have any sort of... Remind me to stop by a camp. I need to increase monster drop rate. You do not want to get hit. There we go. Get up! Okay, so just do Way Home on its own, huh? Got it. And missed, of course. Well, it doesn't seem to be super threatening right now, so we're probably fine? Alright, looks like someone else beat me to the topple, but that's okay. Wait, why did someone waste Way Home? Good thing multiple of us have it. First! Okay. Boom! Thank you for fast recharge. It's not going to be enough for me to get burst up in time. Please tell me someone else has it. Eh, fine. It'll be easier once I'm not having to have Melia's and Nia's classes up. Can't wait to see that bug for 200 streams. This unique monsters usually aren't as much of an issue. Someone have days? Yes! Way home. And the nice thing about Burst is that it ensures that this one isn't, well, that the enemy isn't left too dangerous. Alright, what do I need from this one? Armored Plantis Wing, huh? Well, I am getting that, so that's good. Okay, he's good. Who's got Way Home? That's a trick question. I know multiple of you have it. Fine, I'll do it. Since I seem to be the only one hanging on to it like a smartman. I'm surprised you aren't enraged yet. Okay, you just got enraged. Just got broken. Thank you, Uni. Someone else have the rest? Because I'm not going to have it up. Lovely timing. Alright, if someone doesn't have Way Home, I'm going to be mad. There you go, good boys. Given the level disparity, I don't think it makes sense to go for experience on this one. Rude. Wait, Lance got dropped? Actually, you know what? You know what? Actually, wait. No, you're on Soul Hacker. You're not on the Kamikaze class. How did you get dropped? Yeah, no matter. Actually, to burn it down faster... Hey-ya! Oh yeah, that's a good way to burn it down fast. Okay, one last hit. This should be enough to kill. Yep. Excellent. Hydra gas. What'd that do?
Something so valuable here.
Cool. Alright. So, what's the new ability? Alright. Resistance down. That's useful. Okay. That's one done and dusted. Let's see. Alright, I will highlight that one as having been got. Alright. There's one at level 86 in Origin, huh? Huh. Have I already fought that one? Presumably not given my current level. Let's see. Ba-ba. Somewhere in Origin is where this one lies. Alright. The hangar and the lower main gate, huh? So somewhere in here. So what do you look like? Oh, you're one of the flyers, huh? I must have been able to ignore you then by virtue of that. Okay, I can find you on the outside. Check out San Juan to upgrade weapons. Late. Well, only if I need to. Oh wait, it was gonna stop by a camp anyway, right? Actually, if that's the case, I may as well go to the city then and see what I do need to work on. Because there's already a campsite, quote-unquote, that I can go to over here. Actually, would I be better off doing something more geared toward what I'm doing right now? Yeah, I guess we'll see. So what do I get from this one?
We're well rested.
Remind me. Not the worst thing, I suppose. Especially for the monster we're about to fight. Really? Eno?
This has me raring to go. Let's move out.
Alright. So, what do I need as far as upgrades?
Now, what was it we needed?
There we go. So I can at least get Noah's up to snuff. There we are. So that makes 3 that we've dealt with, I believe. What do I need for Senna?
Okay, so we're handing over...
Alright. Whoops. That's the wrong button. Okay. I'll keep that on reference for the next one. We'll go retrieve that later. Okay. Now back to Origin. Let's see. Easiest way up there. There's a point of interest over that way. We'll spawn in there. Getting the full map of Cadencia took forever. I guess we'll run into that. The Mobius theme with the flute plays when fighting M in Chapter 5. Yep, I'm aware. Though, there's a part of the soundtrack we'd never hear under normal conditions. And that's what I was commenting on a while back. So is this the point of interest? Looks like it. I guess that's just to get back up onto the upper level. What if I hit someone with that hammer? Would they get stronger? Or would I give them CTE? Are you hitting them on the head?
This could be dicey. Up to you.
Dicey indeed.
Keep your heads or lose them. Got to allow
Here we go. Whoop I am. Well, I still did a decent amount of damage, so we may be okay. Oh crap, that knocked me out of my attempt to topple. Well, at least Senna's still inflicting burst at least. It looks like Uni had Daze well in hand. Okay, for this one I'm gonna take it more seriously, because I could end up being dropped if I'm not careful. Ah, resisted. I wonder what the no effect is for. Is that from knockback or something? Yeah, it could be. There we go. You are resisting a lot. I guess we'll see. Well, luckily we seem to be avoiding enough to where we're fine. At least for the moment. How did Neo take so many hits? There we go. Cool. Better. Nice. More materials. Give me them all. Where else would I hit someone with a hammer? The foot? Well, that's just the that's just cartoon logic in general, to be fair. Missed the second half of Mobius? Yeah, I know, but... Yeah, I remember the story point. I just didn't feel a need to repeat it. I did read that part. There we go. Good. Alright. Oh, someone else got the burst for me. Well, got 2 bursts before. Nice. Hoo-yah! Alright, this is going way too well. When's the other shoot gonna drop? Okay, why am I getting release elements at this stage? Huh. I still have a few elements? I'm kinda surprised I didn't consume them all. I'm not gonna complain, but... Wait, how did I get... Oh, right, because... Senna and Lance. Are you just gonna land smash then? Thank you. If memory serves, Neo should have a Daze art. Ah, and Senna defaulted to landing launch, huh? Very well. Hit him again. Alright, now that Senna's not in play in Ixer Link. Oh, and they beat me to it. Alright, that worked out. And since I want a bunch of experience from this, let's see if I can make a chain attack work from this angle. Huh. Oh, nice! You actually inflicted break. Cool. Actually, I just realized, without Smash, I can't get a lot of damage in, but you know what? We'll do what we can anyway. Topple, good. Oh, wait, did that... Yeah, that went over. Crap! I did not think ahead. Pew pew, sucker. Ooh! I can take advantage of that. Let's see. Now I need someone with Daze. That'll work. Alright, Daze inflicted. Yeah, we may as well hold off on Burst. It won't do as much as Smash, but it'll still do a decent amount. Alright, I just needed something to fill the board a bit. Although... Oh wow, I should have put in something with Senna first. Crap. Not my best attempt. Well, I guess that has its benefits. Alright, so... Gotta be one of you two for now. We'll probably get the most out of this, specifically. And then we let Neo have some fun. Oh wow, that was a lot more than I anticipated. And then Noah gets to have some fun. That should do a lot. Oh yeah, that was some good damage. That gets 2 people up. That should allow us to close this out, whoever comes up next. Okay. Let's see. What do I want it to be? I haven't seen this one in a while. Alright, so this'll do okay then. And then... Yeah. He's on Soul Hacker. It should be on Lance right now, I believe. Yep, it's Lance. Let's see. So we'll probably want it to end with... Let's see. There we go. And then we attack with our healers. And then we hit with Noah. Alright. Burst! Boom! There we go. Excellent.
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
Very nice. Alright, how are we looking as far as class rank? Okay, cool. Don't have to change anything up there. Hang on. Why aren't you working with a full deck? Yeah, I'm not too worried about the specifics anyway, at least for the moment. Okay, so that got you a new skill. Whoa, that much debuff resist? Nice. That might be worth considering anyway. Okay, why am I still seeing something? Is this that... Oh, I see. It was just from you getting enough from Noponic Champion. Cool. For a second, I thought it was the bug where Senna always shows up as having something when... No, she doesn't. It's fine. Okay. So let's see. For Steel Protection... Oh, right. That's the one where I have to fight a bunch of Auxilia outside of Kepis Castle, huh? Ugh. That's annoying. Okay. Next one on the chopping block. Let's see. You said the next game would get you killed a lot. Is it because the game is known to be hard or just a genre you're not good at? Yes. No more further comment will be given. Okay, so where's this one located? Verona's Arsenal number 3 in Origin. So somewhere in this area is the monster we're looking for. Well, if I couldn't find it by circling around here, it has to be both? Is it both? Yes, I am gonna be a cagey bastard. There's our target. Ooh, a container.
Hey, this one means business.
Well, if you're gonna get in my way, I can knock you out real quick while I'm at it. Should be no threat to me at this point, but still. Boom. Oh, another one decided to show up while we were killing this guy? Alright, fine. We'll knock you out next, too. Thoughts on what the radio was talking about in Future Redeemed? I don't have any strong opinions. The why Klaus's world ended up going to ruin isn't as important as the fact that it did. I'm sure it'll mean a hell of a lot to me if I ever make time for Xenosaga, Xenogears, whichever the hell it is. Till then, no thoughts. And see, you're throwing a name at me in immediately the next comment that's going to mean absolutely nothing. Alright, you know what, if I'm gonna have to fight a bunch of stuff, let's just get it on. Let's get on with it. Really? Days immediately? Thanks, guys. Well. Alright, so that one dies. Let me hit this guy a bunch. Alright, I'll just accept my fate, hit this a bunch. Oh, cool. He actually landed the top of this time. From us, anyway. Boom. Actually, I should probably rearrange hearts so that Way Home is timed with Elemental Discharge. I say as I waste both Starfall and Way Home. Not that it matters too much against a 65, I'm not getting a lot of experience from this when I'm 87. Really? I got knocked over again? That's random. Okay. Boom. Let's see. All happened in part. Yes, I did hear what was said. I just don't have any context for what that human rights bill was supposed to be targeting or focused on. I'm not gonna have strong opinions on something that's largely out of context. At least relative to everything else we get anyway. Well, no matter. I'm sure I will hear all about it a few years from now when I eventually make time for it, maybe at some point. These guys, they're getting there. Okay, at this point, just engage the spam to get it down. Oh, and it doesn't matter. Cool. Alright, that's another one done.
Figured out. I should be thanking you, lads.
Okay, next up. Let's see. Alright. This one's gonna be fascinating. So, oh, this one's gonna be fascinating. I wonder if I can actually take him. Well, first let's see what Lan's got as part of Soul Hacker. A vampire bat. Heals nearby allies when aren't hits. Oh, that's useful. Quite useful, in fact. Okay, where do I need to go for this one? Alright, they're over at Cadencia, huh? Let's see. Oh, interesting. It's a random... It's the... Yeah, it looks correct. Alright. We'll take a look. Thoughts on the blue light at the end of the credits? You might want to be more specific than that. There was a lot of light.
This is something decent, right?
So, tucked away in here, apparently, is a set of not one, but 3 unique monsters. Oh, hey, Origin Shard.
Another thing to see it for yourself, eh?
There's tough,
There we are.
there's tough.
The so-called Whirlpool Triumvirates. All about the same level, and would look to be a pain in the ass to deal with. But before anything else, Origin Shard.
Take good care of that.
Alright.
This'll be a challenge.
Hello! Excuse me while I beat you up. The one that looks like a shooting star? Oh, you mean at the... well, after the credits? I'm not gonna worry about something I don't understand yet. When explicitly there's no way for us to speculate beyond that. That could be literally anything as far as I know. Not gonna get burst up in time, but that's okay. Cool. Ooh. Bam. Oh, that looked weird. Tearing up bits of the ground when it's only water, huh? That looked janky, Senna. Alright, this one's almost down. Nice. Okay, is there any point on having Starfall here? It takes so long to proc. Doesn't seem worth it at this point. Alright. Oh, someone else got the burst first. No matter. Nice. What are your thoughts on teasers in game? Depends on how they show up. If they're just gonna do cliffhangers, it's gonna get annoying. But at the same time, well, how is it handled? I guess that's the short version. Which I know is the lame cop-out answer, but it varies is a very reliable answer to something like that. Yeah. Ooh. That force someone always beats me to it. Actually, I'm pretty sure Tyon has a burst start on his interlink. Cool. And I saw someone throw burst down. So am I gonna get it in time? Oh, someone else got it. Cool. I'll take that. Ooh, I'll take that. There we go. Another soul hack. One last, at least for this punch. I remember Trails in the Sky FC had a teaser trailer for the sequel play after the credits. I need to know what exactly it was teasing for and how substantive it is, because within a particular story, if the world is well developed, there's always going to be lingering threads that can be pulled upon. It's not as if everything in the world is going to be magically resolved unless, well, because there could always be some future conflict or new fault line that comes up even after the current concerns are dealt with. So that in and of itself isn't necessarily a problem if there's at least a conclusive ending to some extent, but I can see that getting annoying after a while. And okay, did you actually plan for this, or are you just trying to drag things out? Ooh. Nice. I'll be curious to see how close I end up getting for all these. Nice. Alright, that's those three down.
Did you see me in a kitchen, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
Okay. Let's see what's next. Crap, that one's a super boss. Let's not go after that. Where can I find you? Somewhere in Fornus, huh? Okay. Little Tableland. Alright, Wiki, don't steer me wrong this time. Alright, get my script training out of the way. Let's see, what are we looking for with you? Where did they come up with these unique monster names anyway? Okay, wherefore art thou on the map? This is the Fornus region. I'm honest. Oh, I see. I haven't explored that way yet. Alright. Let's go explore. Actually, wait, that one. Wait, direction's probably the fastest. Shoot. Well, we'll spawn in, we can always redirect. Okay. So, according to Wiki, it's somewhere over this way, so we'll spawn in here and go north. Let's have a look. Have I intervened in that one yet? I'm trying to remember what I have and haven't intervened with. Oh, hang on. There's a husk over there. I just seeded that while I'm at it. I haven't interfered. Let's go with this. Should be easy pickings. Nice and easy. I'll just go retrieve this while you guys beat up the other one. Perfect. I'll take that.
That was pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync. Right, Tile?
Go.
I'd better send
There we
them
are.
off.
There we go.
Nice and limber.
We're actually pretty close to maxing out affinity for that one. Nice. Okay. Wonder how much longer I should go for this. Ooh, container. Guess I'll just keep grabbing these while I'm at it. Let's see. I was able to do something like 3 hours consistently for Xenoblade 3 at one point, though.
Wonder what's inside.
There we go. Go.
Smarts.
So somewhere in this direction is the unique we need to worry about. I guess we'll take the high ground for now.
Time here, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll take the high ground for now. Oh, and we've got a reason to go after that husk. That's random. How did it even grow in that position?
What kind of place is this?
Hello. Fascinating.
I guess
Let's
this
see,
is
where
fate
exactly
too,
is what
huh?
we're looking for here? Yeah, it should be just up ahead. Cool.
This one's got
Speak of the
character.
devil.
Shall we tango?
Actually, I haven't looked at what Soul Hacker got recently. Let's have a look. Dragon Decree. So a direct healing move by the looks of it. Oh wait, it gives power charge. Interesting. I guess the other two are skills then? Boost damage dealt when in the water? Okay. Boost recharge speed in the water. Alright, useful. I'll keep that in mind for specific challenge battles. Sup! Let's see what's chapter up to. So, Trails of the One Piece of JRPGs? Oh boy. So, the focus is on world building. Each arc takes place in countries in the same world. Oh boy. The arcs are named after the countries. I believe you've explained that to some extent before. That sounds vaguely familiar anyway. Get on the stinking ground. There you go. Wait, I'm selling ultra pure gemstones at this point? Damn. I'm gonna have a lot to throw money at before too long. Especially if I take advantage of what the accessory maker has in store for us. Now that I'm farther along anyway. Ah, shoot. A little too eager on that one. And not too dangerous at our current level, which makes sense. Go. Actually, I should double check the classes when I'm done here. I don't think there'd be anything major as far as class progress. But it may be worth checking to see if I can hand Melia and Mia's classes off to anyone else. That'd be worth double checking anyway. There we go. Ooh, nice. Well, looks like I'm getting a lot of the material I need, so that's nice. Oh shoot, I could have gotten burst in. Crap. There we go. I forgot how many materials you could get from hitting burst in the base game. Oh. And then send a laser launch. Oh, nope, someone else beat her to it. Nice. And down you go. Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna get days in time. So be it. Cool. Yeah, I think we'll call it soon. Let's see, how much more do I want to go through? Well, actually... Is it worth doing those outside of Pettis Castle? Yeah, it might be, actually. Okay. I've got one last one I want to see. Oh, actually, I already handled that one.
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
Okay, what do we got? So, no classes I need to change around. So what have we got as far as new stuff? Ooh! Interesting. Own arts gain recharge when an ally is incapacitated. That could be useful. Okay, cool. So, real quick, is one last thing to do. I want to double check something. Okay, so I do have... Alright, so I do have a landmark over... Let's see, that is... Yeah, that is the starting point for that. Although... there were a couple of uniques around here that I could go after. Is it worth going after them now or later? Let me just mark down the one we just fought. That's a viable grind target. Let's see. Well, I may as well show what I'm gonna have to do for one of the pieces for steel protection. I probably should have made steel protection the one I used gold Nopon coins on, but unfortunately I'm gonna need the gold Nopon coins in order to work on the amiibo related stuff, since the only amiibo I have is one for Byleth. So, there's a specific resource that I can get from killing Auxilia. Let's see if I can... Let's see, what specifically is it? Auxilia Exo Armor. So, in order to get this one,
We'll be out of here in no time.
I'm just gonna have to consistently just blast these guys. I can probably knock down the difficulty a little bit in order to make it easier to retrieve. Well, I can almost certainly do that, to be fair. Alright, it'll take him a while to start on that. May as well get this guy's attention. Let's see if I can at least get an example of that. Of course. And that's Velites, so that doesn't help me. Ugh. So, did that even get me any of what I need? Doesn't look it. Well, actually, how many of what I need do I have? Let's see, I need Auxilia Exo Armor. Because I believe for this one, let's see, which one kind do I need? And it doesn't say. Because unfortunately I can't use the rarity of one for another. Real quick, let me go over to a camp and find out for certain. Because unless I'm willing to spend gold Nopon coins, I don't believe I can get that Auxilia Exo Armor from any unique monster. Which is going to be annoying because it's a lot harder to get the burst spam to help you there. So let's see. How many do I have right now? So steel protection. Okay, requires the common rarity, huh? That makes it a little easier. I better mark that down. Just to make things a little easier. And then... I don't have those labeled either? That's random. Now, to be fair, this was the first one that I started doing this whole bit on. I guess that makes sense. Okay. We'll get that sorted. Lower your level might help? Oh yeah, it'll definitely help. It's just gonna take a while to whittle through all of that. Especially since in order to reset the monster's position, the easiest way to do that, well, to reset the monsters being there, is to throw myself off the edge. So, it'll take a while to work through. And I don't want to burn gold Nopon coins on anything right now. Actually, how close am I to all this to give you a sense for what I'll have to worry about offline? There is a lot of grinding that's going to be required offline. Given that I've got, what, 2 of these done at this point? And it's not as if I have much reason to be patient regarding that. Honestly, depending on how things go. Oh wow, that one's pretty close. Maybe, actually, what's required for that one? I may as well get the last piece for this. Okay, Refined Blessing. Oh. That's actually a monster I just fought. Okay. So that's the Desire Aururia that I fought in Origins, so... I can just knock that one out easily enough then, but... There is some overlap based on what I've already fought, but at the same time, maybe I should have worked from the bottom of the list then. Either way, and it's gonna take a while. So, for what we do, well, depending on how things time out,
I'm all refreshed and ready to take
let's
on
see, you
the
can
world.
grind the super boss for gold Nopon coins and you can buy them in Archsage and postgame. I am aware, though most of what I'm spending on Nopon coins are currently going to, well, what I'm currently having Nopon stones, I should say, are currently going to, well, Archsage Gauntlet improvements to make it slightly easier. Still, either way, that should do for tonight, I think. Yeah, I've been going for a while, so we'll call it there. So, updates then. As far as Mario Kart World, since that was the discussion at the start of the stream, that's primarily going to take place offline. I'll just use it as my podcast game for the next couple of weeks as I figure out how much I feel is necessary in order to get a solid opinion on it and to get a solid assessment. Then I'll get the script together and make that the priority for the review channel. That's primarily going to be offline stuff, though I'll probably proffer updates occasionally over the course of the next few streams. Just giving slight updates here and there, especially since it'll be the main scripted content that I work on once that, well, especially once that the Xenoblade 2 stuff is done. Speaking of which, as far as this channel is concerned, there's going to be a lot more content being thrown out because I am nearing completion on the Xenoblade 2 Let's Play, and I'm ready to be done with it. So, I've got the next couple of weeks to knock out the editing for Sam. I've got about 9 hours to look over the course of 4 different recording sessions. And I guess to give a sense for just how much there is to whittle away at, if I wanted to do it at the pace I'm currently working at, then it would probably take me over a year to get through everything. I just pull up the playlist right now. There's currently 160 videos in it. And the live streams that we did going through the challenge battles a while ago. Let's see. The first time I jumped onto a live stream with doing explicitly the higher end challenge battles over a year ago, that's part 136 officially. And then the other one that I've caught up to around that same bit is 142. That should, and given what was the most recent video that went out for that? 88. So that should tell you how long it'll take to get back to where things were chronologically. So Xenoblade 2 is going to move from once a week to every weekday for the next 4 to 5 months until that's all sorted. I should have an exact number as to how long it'll take once I've finished editing, but that spam starts this Monday. And as a result of that, I didn't focus on anything super committal for Xenoblade 3 for that reason, because while the spam is going on, I'm going to be putting Xenoblade 3 on the back burner. I'll still continue to do a little bit here and there, especially since to get that Auxilia Exo Armor, I'm going to have to work at it. But honestly, my main focus is going to be here anyway. And depending on where I am as far as the Xenoblade 2 stuff after that point, at least as far as the uploads, my thinking is, you know what? Let's be honest. I still got this to work through. It's going to take a long time for me to get that critique done, so I may as well keep whittling away at that. So, yes, this Monday, Gilgamesh. So, what have I got videos up to? So if I go to videos right now, the ones that are in chronological order, because I skipped around a bit to stay sane, quote-unquote, the ones in chronological order go to mid-August. And there's still plenty afterward. So, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I'm anticipating mid-September to early October for when it'll be done. But, by virtue of that, there's going to be a lot of spam. I'm probably going to chase off half the people who showed up for response videos, and I'll be having a post go up as another warning of this in the post section, although, didn't they call it the community tab at one point? Whatever, not important detail. So, we'll get that sorted. Once that's done, any future Let's Play content will be consigned to the game dungeon, and will be something that I only work on during weekends when I'm not, when I don't have any other pressing concerns. So, it's not the major priority, especially since, honestly, I'll probably get more creatively out of doing the response videos anyway, since it'll be good to test my argumentation. But the other thing to mention is while the spam is going on, as a quote-unquote apology to those who did subscribe for the response videos, I do intend to try and do more streams on Fridays, potentially. Because I've got an idea for a React night that I want to try out, and I think it would be good to do more variety nights. And if nothing else, it would be a good opportunity to keep working through the Linux tests anyway, since I need to keep going through those. I've got so many of those to do. How many exactly? I've got Steam up right now. Let's see. Linux test. 53 on Steam right now, huh? Not including anything from GOG, which is probably 25 to 30. Probably closer to 35 if I buy all the Star Wars games I used to play as a kid. But either way, so the plan then, once that Xenoblade 2 is done, we'll bring Xenoblade 3 back as a weekday stream, most likely on Tuesdays, since that's a day that I can reliably record on at this point. And then after that, I'll probably leave that slot as just a flex. If I wish to do something long-winded, it might be an option to to whittle away at it at a faster clip. But I'm not going to make a big deal out of trying to do more than one stream a week after Xenoblade 3's been taken care of. And until I've seen to a CRPG, I'm starting to get a little JRPG'd out, honestly. That's the other reason for putting things on the back burner briefly. Once Xenoblade 2's done, I don't want to think about it for a bit. Just take a break from it. Xenoblade X is until Xenoblade 4's out at this rate. Honestly, good chance of it. I don't expect to reach Xenoblade X this year at the rate I'm going. Because, I mean, if we finish up Xenoblade 2 early October, even if, well, actually, just to put it into perspective, how many quests do we have left? A lot. So, 3 whole pages worth, and there is bound to be even more tucked away in there that I simply haven't unlocked, especially since I haven't dealt with too much from the Colony 4 runaway. And I know there's more than one quest tucked away in there as I go to each camp. So, and that's to say nothing of challenge battles, demonstrating if I can manage on the Archsage Pro Gauntlet, on hard mode. And before you ask, the first attempt at the Pro Gauntlet will be saved for will either be the reintroduction of Xenoblade 3 stuff, or it'll be as a backup in case I can't make a day. I may do something similar with unique monsters if I end up needing to use the Xenoblade, well, if I end up needing to use the Pro Archstage Gauntlet run. Jay's the Xenoblade streamer. That's not what I intended to be. It's actually kind of funny because I distinctly, I've told this story before, but it bears repeating. I distinctly remember the first time I streamed Xenoblade 1, and I'm sat there going, there's a fair amount of downtime to this. Am I going to be able to make this entertaining? Should I convert this to Let's Play content? Do I even continue going to that? And then I decide, okay, give it the good old college try, go at it another week, and then, did they actually? And here we bloody are, years later, and we're still going. So, oh boy. All in due time, I suppose. So, for now, we'll see to that as we're able. So, anything more to mention? And then trying to get me to do all sorts of stuff, you are troopers. Oh boy, I missed Xenoblade 1, let's go back and do that again? No! I may dig it out occasionally to look at cutscenes and make sure I've got a better grasp of the story, but no. I don't have hundreds of hours to throw at a JRPG for a second run. And if I did, I'd turn it into the only way I could justify it is if I turned it into a long-winded critique. I'm already doing that with Fire Emblem Engage, so I'm grossly overcommitted right now, honestly. I'm gonna struggle to get everything done this year that I want to. But all in due time, right? and you're already trying to throw more JRPGs in. Thanks, Euro Troopers. I appreciate it. I appreciate the enthusiasm. But I want to go to a CRPG after I'm done with 3. But all in due time. For now, anything more than I need to worry about? Fire Emblem Engage the game with your favorite story. Favorite story to destroy. Well, tear to pieces anyway. Which of your game's cover art on the Switch is the best? Let's see. I'm not sure which I'd consider the best, honestly. There's a lot of good ones in here. I mean, this is the game I've spent the most time with, so I'm partial to it, but I'm not sure what I consider the best anyway. No matter. Alrighty. That's enough for me. Is there anything else I need to see? Or throw in a game with multiple routes? That was 3 houses. And that was, honestly, for stuff like that, well, if I'm that enthusiastic about it, I can sign it to the game dungeon and stream it multiple days a week. Which will probably happen with Metroid Prime 4 when that comes out, but either way. For now, I think that's enough rambling. So, fairly active stream tonight. Much appreciated. Okay. A lot of interesting discussion to be had given how busy things are right now, so, yep, no complaints. No complaints. So, thank you all for stopping by. Let's see. His favorite game is Engaged. I mean, the gameplay's good. Mostly. We need a game that takes 2,000 hours to beat. Well, go full completionist in this and you might get up to that amount, but let's not and say we did. I'm not that enthusiastic about the Warrior spin-offs. Oh, actually, we don't have a release date for Age of Imprisonment yet, do we? That's another one I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it's good. Because I really liked Age of Calamity, but despite the story problems, but So, either way, if I keep addressing things in chat, we're going to be here all night, and I do need to get to bed. So, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for the conversation. And I'm going to go to bed. Wake up tomorrow. Probably play some Mario Kart. Keep working at that. And I'll see you all next week for a new game. I'm going to be busting out the PC for a stream for the first time in a while. That isn't just a React night. It's going to be great. So, yeah, should be fun. Thank you all for stopping by then, and I will see you all next week for ritualistic humiliation. Let's put it that way. I'm going back to something very familiar for some of you, where I get to prove how terrible I am at a particular genre. I'm going to hate it. But it should be entertaining for everyone involved anyway. So, for now,